Alright, welcome back to the channel. This is of course going to be a preview video about the upcoming rematch against the number 2 ranked UCLA versus the number 4 ranked Southern California. Again, this is a rematch. They played each other, of course, as we know, less than 2 weeks ago. It was one of the better games this season, and it was close. Southern California had a big lead on UCLA going into the second quarter, but look at that third quarter. UCLA came back. They outscored them 17-9 in that matchup, and that was because Lauren Betts was she was just going off. There was at one point in the game, like in the second quarter, where Betts only had like 2 points. Like towards the end of the second quarter, coming into end, but she was struggling in the beginning to get those post-entry passes. Southern California was doing a really good job on defending the and denying the post entry pass, because that's how Lauren Betts eats. That's why she's the most dominant center, the best center in women's college basketball. That's how she eats on the post. And UCLA, they run pretty much that UCLA high post offense. If you don't know what it is, it's a offensive strategy that was developed at UCLA by John Wooden. He was the coach of the UCLA men's basketball team back in the 60s. You know, UCLA is one of the best programs in college basketball history, period. They're up there with the Dukes, the North Carolina, the Kentuckys. UCLA men's have the most natties. They won the most natties all time out of all the college teams. But yeah, John Wooden, he developed that, high post action, which pretty much is a simple pass and cut motion offense. It pretty much takes advantage of, post players who are really good at, passing, shooting, and really good with their one-on-one skills. So it's a really good strategy to use for a big who's good at passing, such as Lauren Betts, and who's just dominant, because when she gets that ball, it opens up so much of UCLA's offense. Kiki Wright, she's a good passer for them. Of course, she's a great playmaker for UCLA. But Lauren Betts, she really is the one that is the engine of this team. But yeah, in this game, we saw what Juju Watkins did. She was the star. In my opinion, this game was more impressive than that 50-point game she had last year, because look at what she did. She dropped 38 points, grabbed 11 rebounds, got 5 assists, a steal, and look what she did on the defensive end. She got 8 blocks this game, yo. She accumulated 8 blocks. And you know how she got them 8 blocks? She was playing great help defense to help her bigs, help Kiki, help number 34, Akuniafo, guard Lauren Betts. They were doubling her. She would just come from the weak side and just block a Betts shots. Most of her blocks came on Lauren Betts, because again, UCLA came back. As we see, they came back. They were on them. They went on a run. London Jones hit a big time 3, to put them up. But yeah, if Juju wasn't playing that great help defense, UCLA probably would have won this game. But man, Juju Watkins, she was scoring, rebounding, passing as well. She got 5 assists. She led the team in assists that game. This was her best performance ever. Way more impressive. Well, I'm not saying way more impressive, but definitely impressive than the 50-point game, because it was truly an all-around great performance on both ends of the basketball court, on both ends of the ball. So yeah, it goes to show you, Juju is a really underrated defender. So as we see, ESPN has UCLA winning this matchup. As we see in the matchup predictor, they give UCLA a 62% chance to win, and Southern California a 37% chance to win. That's kind of crazy. I mean, yo, ESPN, did y'all not watch the game? Like, Southern California beat them. I know UCLA came back, and they're ranked number 2. The AP, of course, obviously, they get an updated ranking. They gave them the number 2 for this week. And I'm surprised that Texas is number one. I did not see that coming. I knew Texas was going to be within the top 5, but they just shot up to number 2. I thought Notre Dame should have still been number 1, although they lost in that crazy double overtime matchup to NC State. But man, Notre Dame they played tough. I mean, the game went to 2 overtimes, so I still think Notre Dame should have got that number 1 ranking. But hey, these are the top teams in women's college basketball. So, and again, this year is pretty much so open. I remember, in the previous seasons, you can kind of narrow it down to saying, hey, it's going to more than likely be UConn or South Carolina. But, man, all these teams are good. Anybody can get got. Especially in March Madness. Alabama could beat one of these teams. People look like some people are forgetting about TCU. Like, hey, this team is good. Tennessee, great, well-coached team. Maryland's coming up there. Like, a lot of these teams in the top 5 could possibly get got, so you never know. And NC State, hey, they showed that. They're like, hey, don't forget about us. That team made the Final Four last year. And, hey, that game against Notre Dame this a couple days ago, I feel like it was just a good reminder to give to people, like, hey, don't forget about us. We got a great backcourt, of Isaiah James and Sanaya Rivers and Zoe Brooks. That team is just good. That team is really good. But back to the UCLA versus Southern California game. I disagree with ESPN. ESPN, y'all bugging, y'all tripping. I got Southern California winning again. I got the Trojans winning this one again, man. It's definitely going to be another close one. I can't say, but as you see, they won by 11 points last game. But, so yeah, I would say, yeah, definitely within the 10-point range. Definitely within the 10-point range that I got Southern California winning. Because it ain't going to be easy. But for UCLA to win this matchup, Lauren Bess is going to have to eat. She's going to have to score. Lauren Bess is going to have to score a lot of points. And more than, for real, someone from UCLA is going to have to step up. Of course, to me, their second best player is honestly Kiki Rice. Not only does she score, the way she passes, she's really great on transition. She's great at attacking the basket and finishing at the cup. She attacks the cup really, really strong and quick. To me, Kiki Rice is very underrated. But yeah, there's definitely gonna be an X factor. Janiyah Barker, she played really good for them. And you can make the argument and say that she's UCLA's second best player, but that's definitely their best 3, their big 3. Tamia Gardner, she has to step up, honestly, yo. She was a great shooter at Oregon State. She still is a great shooter. Her play style is a stretch big. She's a big who likes to take mostly perimeter shots. And yes, she's gonna have to definitely. She has to be that X factor. UCLA needs a true X factor, especially for this upcoming matchup, for them to win this game. But yeah, I got Southern Cal winning, man. Regardless, yo. One big problem I noticed in the game against UCLA that they had a couple weeks ago was Kiki Hoffen. She was missing a lot of easy shots at the rim. So as we see in this from the box score, she shot 4 out of 14 from the field. She made 5 free throws. Good thing she made those free throws. Half of her shots came from the foul lines. Half of her points, came from the foul line. But yeah, she was missing easy layups at the rim. She was missing, like, literally, her misses were easy shots at the basket. Go back and watch that game. But yeah, she has to definitely play better. And there's a lot of people now, the recency bias. When a player has a bad game, there's a lot of people now saying, hey, is Kiki Hoffen even a top 5 player? Should she even get selected in the top 5 in the 2025 WNBA draft? Because, these people, the recency bias always kicks in. It's like, did y'all see what she did at Stanford? Y'all remember that 40-point game? She still is playing good this season, but of course she did not play that well that game. She did not play well against UCLA, but she's definitely gonna have to play better this game. She's definitely gonna have to shoot a fish from the field. She's definitely gonna have to be more aggressive. I mean, she grabbed 9 boards, which is really good, and 3 of them were offensive. So, yeah, half of her boards were from the offensive end. So that was good. But Kiki, for y'all to be good and would definitely win this matchup. Even if she's hitting her shots consistently and Juju again is shooting a fish from the field, that was my criticism of Juju Watkins, that she doesn't. Some games she would get her points, but she won't shoot that efficiently from the field, because it's like scorers are gonna score the ball, but it's like, are you gonna do it efficiently? Yeah, that's a whole nother difference maker right there. And yeah, Southern California just got Southern Cal, just like I always say about this team, they just got better defensive players. Kennedy Smith is Southern California's X factor. Like I always talk about, a team needs an X factor. Southern Cal's X factor is truly Kennedy Smith. Great player. Even when you look at the box score in games where she don't score that much and it might not look like she did anything, just the way she plays defense. Just the way she plays defense for Southern Cal. She's 6'1". She has long arms, really tall, athletic wing, and she goes after it on defense. She leads the team in steals per game as well. She has the most steals on this team, if I'm not mistaken. Am I mistaken? Nope, I'm not. See, I'm pretty good at remembering these stats. As you see, Kennedy Smith leads the team in steals per game, and you see Juju's right there. But even again, defense always isn't about stats. So even again, when you look at the box score, it may not look like she didn't look like a stat sheet stuffer, and it may not look like she did anything. But yeah, I'm telling you, the way she defends for this team is really good. For her to go out there and guard the other team's best wing player it's definitely crucial. It's definitely crucial. But yeah, Southern Cal's winning this one. I got Southern Cal winning again. They definitely are gonna have to limit their They're definitely gonna have to limit UCLA points in the paint, because last game, as we see, UCLA definitely was getting to the cup. When I was watching their comeback, of course, yeah, London Jones, she hit that that big time 3-pointer for them, and but yeah, they were getting to the cup. They were definitely getting to the basket. They're one of the better teams in terms of scoring points in the paint. UCLA, of course, it's because they have Lauren Betts, but again, Kiki Rice really good at attacking the cup. Janiyah Barker really good at finishing around the basket. She's a really underrated shot creator. Her shot creating ability is really great. But yeah, and she just plays stuff for them. She really plays stuff for them. Hey, but I really think they need that. They need another X factor. They need someone else to step up. Would it be Dujagic? Would it be Gabriella Hackwas? Because as you see, she didn't shoot efficient from the field that game really. London Jones didn't shoot efficient as well from the field, but she didn't shoot that good from 3. But again, that 1 3 that she hit, as we see, that 1 out of 4, that 1 3 she hit was like a big time 3 for them. And I was like, whoa, is UCLA gonna win this one? But Juju came back and balled out. She did it on both ends of the court. But yeah, I got Southern California winning. They are the better defensive team. Again, not just Kennedy Smith can guard. Talia Van Oelhoffen. Again, they just got more weapons too, even on offense. Southern Cal just got more offensive weapons. Got Talia Van Oelhoffen, good playmaker. She's playing better too for them. I know a lot of people expect her to do way more, especially at what she did at Oregon State. When her and Tamia Gardner, I'm like, yo, it was crazy. They were balling out at Oregon State. I'm still surprised that whole team just blew up, because they surprised me last year. But hey, it is what it is, and it's a new season. But Kenny Smith, great defender. Avery Howell is a knockdown shooter for that team. Kelly Huckle, she's a fast guard, attacks the cup, can shoot. They just got more weapons. So the Cal they just have way more weapons than UCLA on offense, and they're a better defensive team. They have a lot of great defensive players, especially on the backcourt. But yeah, you guys tell me your thoughts and opinions. Do you agree with me? Do you also think that Southern California is going to win this upcoming matchup against UCLA? Or hey, you got UCLA winning? All right. Again, I want y'all to tell me your thoughts and opinions. Like, comment, subscribe, and please stay tuned for the post-game reaction video. Every time I do a preview video to these matchups, I'll always do a post-game reaction. Even if I'm right or wrong, hey, I'll always come back. You know, I can admit when I'm wrong sometimes. You know, I'm not going to get every game right. That's basketball, you know. But it is what it is. All right, again, like, subscribe. Till next video.